All right, this is our deep exhale, reset, live experience. So let's just start by taking a few deep breaths together. Just close your eyes if that's more comfortable and just do like 3 deep, long, slow breaths with a focus on the exhale. And one more big, long exhale. And so we arrive. Hmm. We're landing in that field. So this intention for today is not teaching, and it's not information, and it's not performance, but it's really about arriving in our bodies into this now moment and then experiencing a nervous system recalibration. Because what I've discovered over the last, well, many, many, many years, but the focus on the languaging in the last 6 months or a little bit more than that has been that the nervous system is the doorway to everything that we're desiring. It's the doorway to ease, to clarity. It's the doorway to abundance. It's the doorway to live in our dreams. It's the doorway to navigate when life gives us tough stuff. It's the doorway for everything that we're currently not experiencing. And for me, I just love that I discovered it because I was in reflection recently and went all the way back to when my daughter was born. She's 41 now, so a couple of years ago. I sort of started my spiritual journey at similar about the same time as I started my journey in working with energy and working with the nervous system. And the pathway, the first pathway that I took career wise was as a massage therapist, integrating energy work like polarity and the bioenergetic synchronization technique, and a variety of things. So I was just laughing just the other day because I like didn't have that awareness that I have now come full circle. And it's like, gathering the breadcrumbs around the path or along the path or whatever to come full circle, which obviously has been a spiral because my work for the past 28, 30 years has really been in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual languaging. And so to come back and start to use nervous system language and somatic body language is kind of just tickles me actually. So so again, what we're doing here today is not conceptual, but experiential. So the first step in nervous system awareness. And Leanne, I know you have to leave. So whenever you have to leave, just, you don't have to make any big announcement, just kind of wave and jump out. And hopefully that as much as we experience here will impact what you're off to teach, right? With this.
Yep, that'll be great.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah, there's so much to say, but I also wanted to keep this experiential. So let's have some experiences. Let me lead you through what we're going to be going through, and then towards the end, we can open it up for discussion or questions or teaching about it or clarifications or nothing at all. How's that sound? All right, so the first step is to simply notice what is. Noticing without needing to change anything. And the reason that this is so important, the spiritual principles here are allowing and accepting what is. And I guess I'm going to teach through this anyway because I can't help myself. Not that you all don't know this already, right? but but that noticing without trying to change creates its own spaciousness. If we start to notice with the immediate need to change, it only creates resistance. And that resistance creates a contraction, and that contraction can end up being a collapse. And so when we notice what we notice, and some of you who follow me know that I say that probably every time we're together, notice what you notice. So we're going to start out by noticing our physicality. Like notice your physical body. Just scan it and notice it without judgment, without resistance. Oh, I got a twinge in my low back. Oh, my left toe. Oh, that side of the jaw. Just notice how your body is. And in this now moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being completely tense and tied up, 10 being completely fluid, relaxed, and at ease, where are you?
Ten.
I love that for you, Leanne. I love that for anybody, for all of us. And I love that for you in this now moment.
Wait, maybe I got it backwards. I'm like really tense. Is that 10
Oh,
or
yeah,
1?
no, that's a 1.
Oh, 1.
But you know what you just did? You claimed your future self that you're going to be in 20 minutes before you have to leave.
Yep. Ah,
That's awesome. 10 is completely, 1 is completely contracted, tense,
yeah.
stressed, or in bodily pain. And 10 is completely fluid, open. Where are you, Jesse?
What about I have noticed, this is an aside, that I don't know if it's me or you, but my internet is you're it's going in and out. It's not you. I'm going to
Mm.
have to change my position in the
Oh,
house. So
okay.
anybody, no one else is having that issue? No, then it's me. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to turn my video off here
Okay. How about you,
so I can
Frederick?
move.
Where are you hanging out today?
Uh, I'm hanging out at between 8 and 10.
Okay. Good deal. And you don't have that backwards like Leanne did, right? Good. All right. So we just notice it, right? And now we're going to just begin to breathe into it. So close your eyes if that's more comfortable. Jesse, when you get settled, just jump in, but you can start breathing. Just begin to breathe without trying to change. Just breathe some spaciousness into the place that is most tense or most contracted. Leanne said everything, but pick a spot in your physicality, Leanne, to play with, not your mental body right now, just your physical. Maybe your neck, shoulders, palms, belly, wherever it is. And breathe into that space. And then begin to allow your body to move. Just a gentle shake or twist, not even hard conscious stress, just a little movement in your body. Maybe a shaking of your hands, dropping of your shoulders. I noticed a soft little twist of my torso. And this gentle movement is almost like rocking or patting an infant, allowing your nervous system to go from high alert into this now moment, just beginning to soften. And consciously relax your jaw, open and close a few times. Consciously drop your shoulders and bring them back. Lift them, drop them, bring them back, nice and easy. Lift them, drop them, bring them back. And do your palms. Depending on how your palms, if your hands were in fist, tight fist, just begin to soften them. If they were already soft, just open and close. And keep noticing what you notice. I just noticed in doing my hands, my shoulders dropped even further. Now drop to your toes and stretch your toes as much as you can. If you're wearing shoes, you might not be able to do it, but imagine stretching the toes up and down. Point and flex your feet side to side. If you can, create space between your toes. Then bring your awareness back to the one place that you identified. And notice if it has softened. And begin to breathe into that space. It might help to put your hand there to focus your breath. To breathe into the place that was tight or contracted or painful. Your body never needs more effort. It needs permission to release what it's been holding. We grant it permission to release. Again, not to make it go away, that causes resistance. We grant it permission to soften. And again, just notice what you notice. Notice your physicality. Notice if your breath has shifted. And also notice your mental body or emotional body. Has that shifted at all? Without judgment. Just notice. So take another breath in, and when you're ready, open your eyes for a moment, just maintaining that state that you've just discovered. And what do you notice? Or what did you notice? Or what are you noticing? Yeah, Frederick.
Uh, to, it seems like the wrong word to use, but I notice a silence.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in that place or in your being or in your space or where, well, say a little bit more about the silence you notice.
Uh, well, it's a space beyond the chatter
Mm-hmm.
that we always are having to deal with.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. I call that chatter the noise of the universe, right? The noise in our head, the noise of our brain, the noise of the outer. So maybe what we just did in about 6 minutes was the equivalent of a, 3 hour meditation. What did you notice, Jesse or Leanne?
For me, I feel more centered, more present, and there's a stillness. So maybe it's like the silence.
Yeah.
I feel there's just, yeah, there's a stillness now
Mm,
that wasn't there before.
beautiful. Yeah. How about you, Leanne? How are you doing?
I feel much more relaxed, like I could go to sleep right now.
Okay.
That's pretty
Maybe.
good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I guess stop and breathe.
So you need to get the recording of this and play it every time before you teach, right? And every time before you go to a doctor's appointment, and every time before.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful. So we have begun the release, but now to recalibrate, we shift from release to stability. So we anchor this in. So close your eyes again if that's comfortable. And memorize this space. Memorize it means we integrate it, we embody it, we make it a place we can return to. In the memorizing, feel how the breath is. Feel the depth and the pace. Maybe you're noticing that your breath is deeper or that your exhale is longer. And we memorize how it feels. As we memorize, we're building new neural pathways. We're resetting, but we're also recalibrating. Now notice the stillness, the quiet, the silence, the space. And scan your body again at your own pace this time. And notice where there's more spaciousness than there was. You might be noticing more spaciousness between the breath or in the breath. Maybe in your diaphragm. Maybe you can sense more space between the cells of your being, between your organs, in your joints, maybe. And we ground this awareness in the body, in the field, this is what it feels like when your system is not in resistance. So, can you imagine? Can you feel? Can you sense who you are without efforting? In this now moment, but also later throughout the day, throughout the week. How might that show up different? And are you beginning to sense your own presence beyond your identity, beyond your personality, beyond your situation and circumstances? And imagine moving as that presence later into the day, into the world, into your life, into the week. And memorize that or this. Notice the subtle awareness shifts. It's not usually dramatic, it's usually quiet. When the system is no longer bracing, something very simple becomes available. That's this presence. So take another breath. And we're ready. Open your eyes. And what did you notice about the difference between bracing and presence, if we could put that together? What did you notice in this deeper memorizing of this spaciousness, of this place without bracing? How would you name it? Yeah, Frederick.
Um, where you started off talking about the nervous system being the gateway. And the nervous system has two parts. And one is automatic. And and to become aware and be grateful for and be blessed by, you know, we don't have to think about our heartbeat or to take a breath, and to be cognizant of that, I think is important.
Yeah. And that touches on so many things, right? That touches on the gratitude, right? It touches on the appreciation. It touches on, like the question that arises is, well, who is breathing me? What is it that is causing my heartbeat and my digestion and whatever, all the parasympathetic aspects of the nervous system, right? And in doing this work, we activate, but we also, what we're really doing is recreating space enough to release that nervous system that is the fight, the flight, the freeze, the stress, the noise, the chatter, just that stuff that we live in today's modern world. We create enough space in our nervous system that we can soften, and then that actually reactivates the parasympathetic and the vagus nerve.
Mm.
The vagus nerve is big, popular right now, but this is my favorite reset of the vagus nerve. Just a simple, gentle thumb in the notch in your thin chin. Just breathe in that for a minute. You don't even have to push it, just hold it. Even now, my body relaxed even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it worked.
And you can do it when
It
you're on
does.
Zoom or when you're driving down the road or you're laying in bed. Just simple. It'd be interesting, Leanne, to just have your husband just hold that spot and see if he notices any softening. And I would say hold it for like 3 minutes. We've held it for like 10 seconds now, but even just the doing of it. One of the other ones I used to do when I was real into the years and years ago was just the simple look up. Just look up. Like I can look out my window. Our trees here are so tall, I can't see the top of them, right? But that looking up activates all kinds of stuff in our neck and our nervous systems. Just like keep looking up for a minute.
Can't do it, sorry.
You can't, it'll hurt your neck.
No, it's vertigo.
Oh yeah, don't look up then. Yeah, Frederick.
Uh, the business about looking up, uh, almost anywhere you go and you ask people, let's pray, the first thing they do is put their head down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I always tell people to look at the horizon
Yeah.
because that's more a experience of our power as opposed to looking down.
Yeah. They activate different places. Like that looking down to pray is symbolic of letting go of the outer world, but looking like Jesse, I'm sure you can do the horizon instead of looking up, just look
Oh, yeah.
far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that activates a different spaciousness, right? So I love that you said that, Frederick. That's awesome. So notice the difference from 30 minutes ago and now. Just blurt it out. What are you noticing? We're not done, but we're going to wrap up a piece so Leanne can go feeling completed.
Much calmer.
Yeah. And how does that like put some more words on calmer so your body and mind remember what that means?
Uh, my body feels gentle,
Ah,
Mhm.
and I feel like I can get by with 2 Tylenol instead of 6 for my headache.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Two is great progress.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
This, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. Rest your arm on the table,
Yeah, it can just look like, oh, very thoughtful.
watching TV,
Good
talking to the
point.
doctors. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
that was perfect. I'm gonna hop off. I gotta meet the rest of the team on the other Zoom.
All right. Thanks for being
Thank
here,
you.
Leanne.
Bye.
We'll see you next week. So what else, what did you notice the difference between half an hour ago and
For me, it's I feel more expansive.
mm,
I really feel bigger in some ways. Like you said, you feel yourself outside of your identity. And my third eye opened up and everything just kind of went, oh, like that. The other thing is my breath. Like I felt like I barely had to breathe.
mhm.
It was such a long time between breaths. So that was very telling to me.
Yeah,
How I
yeah,
breathe normally.
yeah, yeah, Frederick.
Uh, when we center into the consciousness of our Christ nature or Buddha nature or whatever exemplar we like to follow, uh, I use the word gentleness. There isn't anything to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there isn't anything to do, right? And those of us who live with these big to-do lists, it's easy to slip out of this truth and this quiet spaciousness. And yet, the truth is, the more that I'm here, the more that gets done from this place of not needing to do anything. It's one of those paradoxes of
Mhm.
the journey. It's one of those oxymorons, even. Yeah.
So often when I was teaching and being in that space, you know, um, I always prepared very well for my classes, but once I started class, you could never tell what would come out of my mouth because I would be incorporating the energy of the students. And uh, to teach a class and not worry about the lesson plan, but trust your inner whatever,
Mhm.
things just flow. And I'm a carpenter also, and when I do a project and I'm centered on it, it gets done in so much less time. And what I've done, is like, what did I just do?
Hmm.
And I have to look at what I did. Just, oh, I did this.
Hmm.
I have to pinch myself when I go through my house. Oh, I did that. I did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, I mean, for me, I'm pretty good at not shitting on myself. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. However, there can be a running tape in the background, you know, of stuff. And I know what it's about. So like you were saying, Frederick, just to have nothing to do. There is nothing to do, but then you do the most. It is very interesting. Very interesting. When we just allow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a very different space than if we're got all that noise and
Mhm.
that tension and that stress trying to allow. It's like you can't try to allow
Right.
from that place. But with a gentle, conscious, deep exhale, allowing happens. That's why we say you're not changing anything. You're not, this isn't even something that we've created today. It's something we stopped interrupting. Like, what if this is the truth of who we are and who we're here to be? And our work is to stop interrupting this.
Hmm.
Even when the distractions come or the interruptions come, even when it doesn't matter, right? So we begin to normalize this way of being, and it, even though we're returning to it, all of our subconscious, our patterns, our programs, our, the reasons, the stress, the aches, all of that stuff lives in habituated patterns and habituated biochemical cocktails, if you will. Like, our bodies have normalized stress. And so what we get to do is we get to normalize this, whatever we call it, right? This spaciousness, this alignment, this coherence. And the more that we normalize this and train our body that this is good, then we're changing not only the biochemical, but the neural pathways, and we're building new ways of being. We're actually building habit of being ourselves. Remember Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Ourselves, breaking the habit of living like this, which touches on all of it, the nervous system, the biochemical, the neurology, all of it. And so the more, that's why I'm talking about memorize today, like memorize, like, oh yeah, this. Oh yeah, I choose this. And the truth is, we'll go about our day and something will happen and we'll forget. But it doesn't matter because we can remember it. And that's why we begin to put more language. It's one of the reasons I really like when people share, because we hear you, but also you hear you. And then it's more apt to be remembered, right? To go, oh, wait, what was that space? Oh, wait, this is also true and more true than the other. So if you begin to think about it as, sorry, I had a pop up, something popped into my screen. There we go. As this is normal and natural, and if we stop interrupting this, right, as opposed to trying to interrupt the interruptions, right, we go, oh no, wait, here we are. Oh yeah, it can happen in a single exhale. And the more that you train yourself and the more that you practice it and the more that you hang out here, the quicker it is to be built, to be remembered, to be recalled. Yeah, Frederick.
I like what you said about when you hear you. I teach a class on the roadblocks to listening.
Mm-hmm.
And often, so much of our response when we're in a conversation is automatic. It's a habit. We hijack, we moralize, we give advice, we criticize. And the more we can hear, or the more we can become aware of our habit patterns, the more we can focus on the needs of the person we're having in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear you, you can change some of those old habits of interrupting and hijacking.
And that first step is notice what you notice. Not with guilt or shame or judgment, just notice and choose.
Yeah.
Notice and choose.
Well, somewhere along the line, I learned that, for me anyway, um, to have the intention and the commitment to do that is important also.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Otherwise, we go unconscious, right? And then all of a sudden, 3 weeks goes by or 3 months goes by, and I forgot to breathe into spaciousness.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I think it's Speranza who talks about how we're led or directed or motivated even by the biome in our gut.
Mhm.
It is how do you access that information? And I guess you activate it when it shows up, when you're committed to, a higher path.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really interesting. So my response to that is once you can access this spaciousness, then you could be able to access the information in your gut, right? Not from a place of fear or reaction or reactivity, but it's like, oh, what is going on in my gut? What does my gut need or or want less of, want more of, or want less of, right? But again, that to me, any information is accessible once we've touched this space that we're in today versus I'm all stressed. I'm worried about, I can't hardly breathe. What's going on in my gut? I'm not going to be able to get good information, right? From that place of contraction. But when I open, then I have a greater access, I think, to the information. So, this, what we touched today is not meant to be a one-time experience. Every now and again, I do these so that we have a one-time experience, but the practice is the practice. And that's what we do inside the sacred playground. Jesse's a part of the sacred playground. Um, Leanne's a part of the sacred playground. That's a weekly, we're just in the process of shifting that a little bit. Um, Practice where we come together and we do a process, but we also look at what is, and we um, come together in that uh, reminder, I guess, um, in that space, in that sacred space, to continue um, this type of nervous system coherence and embodied expansion, because ultimately, my intention is to birth a new humanity. And this is one of the doorways that we can do that. And so if something like that is of interest to you, reach out. I'll send an email with some information about it later on today. But Jesse, could you just say something about how the Sacred Playground has really served you since you've been in it for a few months?
Sure. Well, first of all, it's the connection. I really enjoy the connection, which has deepened as we continue to meet. And it really is a playground. You get to play and you get to experience, for me, like infinite possibilities. And it's quick. And I think that's the combination of um, everybody being together and accessing that space together. And the more you do it, the quicker it becomes. That's been my experience. So yeah, I've enjoyed it, and I continue to enjoy it. So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Frederick.
Uh, Not having been in many of your classes, but I carry the 3 volumes of The Way of Mastery around with me. So if I'm waiting anywhere, I never wait. I open the book and read something, and I might only read a paragraph, but it's so illuminating and so much. I don't know what to say. Inner revelations show up just in taking 2 or 3 minutes to open the book and read something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And whatever it is that works, right? For you. So it becomes like an activation and um what's the other word I want to say? Um a transmission, really, even of,
Mhm.
oh yeah, let me remember, right? Because ultimately we're remembering the essence of who we are. Very cool. Well, I want to just open for any other comments or questions, and then we're going to go ahead and just do a few more breaths together, and we'll wrap up because we're at our 45-minute mark. We're just past that. So, um, what else? Comments, questions, insights?
You know,
Takeaway.
the last few days, I've been feeling like the world is holding its breath, or maybe I'm holding my breath. It's this in between waiting space, and I don't know really what that's about yet. Um, but I think this was really helpful to bring me back to me and to remember. I really do think this is all about remembering who you truly are and being able to access that. Um, so yeah, so when I said I felt more present, yeah, I think I've probably been feeling a little disconnected. Not disconnected exactly, but um yeah, maybe disconnected is the right word. Just kind of like waiting. I don't know. But I'm some of that I'm sure is what's going on the planet and the energy and all that stuff. But some of it's me. You know, I'm a part of this. We're all a part of this. Um, you know. So yeah, and there was an underlying anxiety with that feeling. So this helped to kind of get rid of that. So
Yeah. Yeah, the word I was hearing when you were talking was that that little bit of angst,
yeah,
right?
a
Which
little bit.
feels a little different. I'm not discounting your use of anxiety, but that little angst. I was talking to somebody the other day, and something about something anxiety came up. I'm like, I don't want to claim that I carry anxiety, but then that's where angst came. It's like, oh, it's just a little bit like there's something a little bit more tense in my being in that moment when we were talking about that thing, right? But all of it, when we allow it and we choose again, is navigatable. Not to say that we don't have some interesting times coming up in the world and astrologically and the Schumann resonance or whatever that's called. And, all kinds of things are happening.
Hmm.
Things I can tell you, but I don't know what it means. Like Uranus is now in Gemini, and that's supposed to be a good thing, but I don't know what that means. Yeah. Well, Frederick, anything else as we begin to wrap up?
Well, do you do anything with dreams?
I don't specifically. I think that dreams can be really insightful, but I'm not a big dreamer, so I have never really opened up my interest in, doing much with dreams at all. I mean, every now and again, a client will tell me about a dream and we'll sort of dissect it a little bit, but I don't have a focus on that.
Yeah. For quite a few years, I don't sleep anymore like normal people sleep. I sleep 2 hours at a time.
Mm,
And I have such vivid dreams. And they range from, revelation to really heavy stuff. And typically, I know what they mean right away and how useful they are. But sometimes the heavy stuff takes a while before I get an aha about what it means.
Yeah. 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 I would just also say, and this may or may not ring true for you, but it's like sometimes those big heavy things are releasing something from the universe or the mass consciousness, or like we're in such an, the world is changing so much and the earth is changing so much that it's like, oh, well, okay, let's just get that one out or get that one out or acknowledge that or
Yeah, that hit the nail on the head.
yeah, okay, good.
Mass consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, let's just notice where we are again right now. Just through our conversation, did anything shift? Close your eyes and come right back to that memorized state, to that state of quiet, silence, stillness, spaciousness. Just activate it through your memory. Let it move through your body. Let it move through your mind. Let it move through your emotions and through your spirit. We integrate this as a new way of being, now ever more accessible, simply by remembering, by noticing, allowing, and choosing. And for this moment, this awareness, this new state of being, we say thank you. And so it is, and so we let it be. Knowing and remembering that this is the first step or the next step to our ever expanding consciousness of oneness, of love, of kindness, of compassion, of spaciousness, of presence. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Eliza.
So thank of you who are here live in person for being here, and all of you who are watching on the recording as well. All right, until next time. Much
Bye.
love.